clever mechanism. So this is the legendary secret cellar. The cellar continues on behind these bars. I can't see anything, but I bet that the book's in there somewhere. A picture on a stone slab. It depicts a man in a robe with a staff in his hand. A jewel is glinting in the headpiece of the staff. Some sort of light beam shining on it. A small, fat figure. She's holding a mirror above her head. Looks ancient. Hey, that's the staff that was in the picture on the wall. About 2 meters long, and it has a top made of bronze. It's just the jewel that's missing. The sad remains of extinct cultures, and of the last camping trip. I can't discover anything of interest amongst this junk. A small circular opening in the ground. It's decorated with an ancient script, just like the picture on the wall. Guess even a secret cellar is in the end just a cellar, and all cellars have gardening tools such as these gardening shears. As long as I'm not expected to do the gardening now. There are 3 carved figures by the bars. Each one of them has a different precious stone. This one here has a blue sapphire in its head. This figure looks a bit like a dog. One of its eyes is a large ruby. The spider has an emerald on its back, green. Strong iron bars without a door or lock. Behind it is a dark room. I somehow have to open the bars. I bet that the light beam is meant to enter the house through that window. I just can't reach it. The window's open. The last rays of sunlight can enter the house. The shield reflects the light beam into the cellar. The light beam is reflected by the little figure's mirror, but it's simply shining onto the floor. There are strange marks on the figure's pedestal. Looks like the figure may have been turned. I've got to try and turn it back to its original position. No chance. There has to be a secret mechanism to open the bars. I can't remove the undergrowth with my bare hands. It's very dense and has thorns. I don't believe it. Now I've ended up doing the gardening. It is indeed a gravestone. A little gravestone made of granite that's got Kinski inscribed on it. A little gravestone made of granite that's got Kinski inscribed on it. Hey, Cheep Cheep, you'll never believe it. I found the secret door and I've been into the cellar. Hey, I could do with a bit more encouragement here, silly bird. Thank you. Yes, I'm sorry, you aren't a silly bird. Good luck, little one, and don't get up to any mischief. The window's open. The last rays of sunlight can enter the house. A wooden tub, about half full of water. Oh, great. This has the professor's washing floating around in it. White shirts, grey socks, red underpants. I can still remember a time when dragons were powerful. That was centuries ago, before they were subjugated to a stranger's will by the power of magic. Once they were brought under control, they were used by the 100 on battlefields. From that, very few of them survived. This figure looks a bit like a dog. One of its eyes is a large ruby. This bird has an eye made out of a blue precious stone. I think it's a sapphire. No chance. There has to be a secret mechanism to open the bars. A small circular opening in the ground. It's decorated with an ancient script, just like the picture on the wall. A picture on a stone slab. It depicts a man in a robe with a staff in his hand. A jewel is glinting in the headpiece of the staff. Some sort of light beam shining on it. I think I'd better take the staff with me. It might come in handy elsewhere. The spider has an emerald on its back, green. No chance. There has to be a secret mechanism to open the bars. That's the hole into which one can put the staff. It's about 10 centimeters deep and keeps the staff perfectly vertical.
Yoo-hoo!
I know you've never been down there, but there was a staff in the cellar, and there's a precious stone that belongs on the top of it, a ruby. Do you know where it is?
But of course, Mortimer. You asked me to hide it for you. Don't you remember?
I must have forgotten about that.
Oh, what would you do without me?
Could you please just give it to me? I just need it for a second.
What?
The jewel. And before you ask, I mean the stone that you put somewhere safe for me. And please don't tell me that you've forgotten.
How could I forget that? You said it was very important that no one found the stone.
Oh, okay. Now please can I have it back?
Why would I give a complete and utter stranger Mortimer's stone?
I'm a friend of Mortimer. He's sent me to fetch something out of the cellar.
I have never seen you here before, and I never forget a face.
Please, it's urgent.
I do not know whether I can trust you. I would only give a really good friend of Mortimer's the jewel.
That's me. I saved his life. Well, maybe.
Really? If you are truly a good friend of Mortimer, then you will be able to give me the answer to the following question. What color is his underwear?
How come you know the colour of his underwear?
Well, I have no eyelids anymore, so how do you think I'm meant to shut my eyes? So, what color is his underwear?
I have to think about that. I'll be back.
But why? Yoo-hoo!
As I'm a very good friend of Mortimer, I know the answer to your question.
What question is that?
You asked me about the colour of Mortimer's underwear.
That's right. And?
Red. He mostly wears red underwear.
That's right! Red silk underwear. But I'm still not quite satisfied. So, what is his cat's name?
His cat died some while ago. Her gravestone's outside. Her name was Kinski.
It was a tomcat. The poor thing was always so happy playing with my bandages.
Yes, very sad, very sad. But hopefully this proves that I am a good friend of old Mortimer, does it not?
You have only answered one of my questions.
2?
Uh,
You asked me about his underwear.
but why would his underwear be of any interest to me?
Oh, come on, don't change the subject. Are you going to give me that jewel now?
No, not yet. I have one last question. What did Count Grunschfeld or Pieperbock say to his adjutant Henninger shortly before the Battle of Budleberg?
Huh?
Wrong.
No, I just don't understand what you're talking about.
I am a trifle unsure about this, too. It is a bit like a coded question.
And do you know the answer?
Of course. Mortimer told me.
And you haven't forgotten it?
No. So, what is the answer?
Grunschfeld made Henninger an offer that he couldn't refuse.
Really? So, what did he offer him?
He really made him an offer?
No. What did Grunschfeld say to Henninger?
$234, of course.
Oh? What?
234. I know all about that. Mortimer told me many times.
234 what?
How can anyone who is a good friend of Mortimer not know that?
But how? What?
234. Mortimer never told you that?
Well, yes. 234?
So it turns out that you aren't such a good friend after all then, if you don't even know anything about the 234.
Oh. Oh, that! You mean that 234?
Yes, exactly.
With that thingy?
Precisely. I see that you are a good friend of old Mortimer's after all.
Of course.
Splendid! Now that you've proven that, can you give me the jewel?
At last. Many thanks.
You're welcome. Excellent. Paths clear. This must be the secret book. Oh, it's been written by hand and there are several pictures. There are a few words written in orange ink. That doesn't exist, does it? The artifact of divine fate. This is serious. I should get this book to the Archmage as quick as I can. As long as I don't bump into the sorcerer or his troll, I should manage to make Seastone by midday tomorrow. Shouldn't be a problem. Uh-oh. Ah! Ah!
Why are you staring like that? Never seen a town guard before?
No. You're a human, aren't you?
Me? Yes, you could say that. Never been anything else.
Wow.
My name is Bartholomew Anton Shieldhand, Royal Town Guard of Seastone. And who are you?
My name is Mr. Underhill. I'm on a secret mission.
Underhill. So.
Where am I?
This lovely seaside resort. Residence of the Archmage and home of the sea shanty singers is Seastone.
Seastone? Then I made it!
Absolutely, I'd say. And here's me thinking that the orcs were firing grunts at our walls again.
I have to see the Archmage. It's urgent.
Then I wish you the best of luck. The guard at the upper gate follows very strict procedures. He won't let you through to the Archmage that easily.
Is the Archmage even in his tower at the moment?
I'm not allowed to give out any information on that subject. Those are the regulations.
Can you tell me anything about the Archmage? And do you know him personally?
Of course I know him. The Seastone Town Guard is also responsible for protecting the Archmage.
Why does he need protection if he's as powerful as everyone says?
Well, he's not exactly the greatest of warriors.
No?
No. He's more strange. He thinks about stuff, you know.
Strange. Why does he do that?
Who knows, who knows.
What do you mean by upper town?
Well, the town's divided into the upper town and the lower town. The Archmage's tower is, of course, in the upper town.
And what's in the lower town?
Taverns, shops, the common people's dwellings. Well, at least they used to live there. Not anymore.
Where are the town's inhabitants?
Gone. Lots of them died when the town was besieged, and most of the survivors then went off with Gustav the Handsome to take revenge. That was rather less than successful.
And how many people are still living here?
Not so many anymore. If the Archmage hadn't had his tower here, the town would have probably been abandoned.
Sounds pretty sad.
But things will get better. Wait until we win the war, and everyone comes back. Well, those that are still alive.
But if almost no one lives here, who are you guarding?
I'm not guarding the inhabitants, I'm guarding the town. I'm guarding it like my father did before me and his father before him. But not his father, he was a blacksmith. But his brother-in-law was a town guard, and his father was a baker.
Interesting. I have to go. I'll get in to see the Archmage one way or another.
Well, I never. I have to get back to my post too. My break's over. So, Mr. Underwood on a secret mission. Best of luck on your adventure. We'll no doubt bump into each other again.
Thanks, Mr. Shieldhand. See you later. Swamp of Death? I don't think so. Doesn't sound particularly healthy to me. It says The Meadows. No idea what that's supposed to be. There's a small stone beside the large one. It's half buried in the ground. Oh, a fluffy, wuffy little bunny rabbit. All white and soft and gentle and sweet. And I just want to cuddle it and... Oh, I'm an adventurer now. I must act like one. It's a rabbit, a white one. Here, rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. Not a chance. It won't let itself be caught that easily. And besides, I wouldn't know what to do with the rabbit anyway. I mean, except just love it to bits. A small tree. It survived the bloody battles and the decline of the town without a scratch, a sign of hope. There have been some heavy battles fought around Seastone in the last few years. It looks like the town definitely sustained some damage. I think that's the town's coat of arms, but it's pretty faded and dirty. You can't really see anything. Ugh! I've discovered the secret world of beetles, bugs, and fleas and spiders. I don't think anyone in my family has ever set foot in a human town before, not even Grandad. There are two signs on the door. One says Master Marcus's Magic Mage School. The other says back soon. Both signs are covered in cobwebs. They must have been hanging there for days or even weeks. No one home. A pretty shabby stall. Doesn't look like anything's been sold here recently. Some boxes and cartons, they're all empty. A very dirty drain. The sewer should be down there somewhere.
Halt! Access only for authorised persons.
Shield Hand, are you the guard of the upper gate?
Dead right. And you don't have access to the upper town.
As I already mentioned to you at the outer gate, I must speak to the Archmage. It's urgent.
And as I've already mentioned to you, the guard at the upper gate follows very strict procedures.
But why didn't you say you were the guard?
Well, I wasn't on duty, and you shouldn't mix business with pleasure. Anyway, it's much funnier this way.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. There has to be a way to get to see the Archmage. What would I have to do?
Only people with personal invitations from the Archmage himself are allowed in. Do you have an invitation?
No, unfortunately not.
Well, there you go. Without an invitation, there's no way you'll ever be admitted to see the Archmage. But you could be admitted, of course. If you were a mage yourself.
Mages are allowed to speak with the Archmage?
Naturally. He's the head of the order, after all. You know any mages by any chance?
Well, I'd like to be one myself.
And I'd like to be a dewdrop on a wood elf's butt cheek.
Really? Why?
Well, Look, only mages or people with invitations can get into the tower.
So I'd be able to see the Archmage if I was accompanied by a mage?
No, the mage would be allowed up, not you. But you could say, give a message to the mage.
But I must speak to the Archmage himself, and I have to give him something.
Well then, you must be a mage yourself.
How do you know whether someone is a mage or not? Their magical aura? Or by the charisma and wisdom they radiate?
By their mage diploma.
Huh?
Every trained mage has a mage diploma. They can show it to me here, and then I let them into the upper town.
So that means if I show you a mage diploma, I can see the Archmage?
Well, show me an honestly acquired mage's diploma made out in your name, and I'll take you to the Archmage myself.
If there's no other way, then I'll just get my mage degree, or my name's not Underhill.
Good luck. You'll find the mage teacher in the tavern. Just see what he thinks of the idea.
How can I become an accredited mage then?
You? Not at all.
And how do others do it?
Well, there are mage schools. There's one just down the street, Master Marcus's Magical Mage School. But Master Marcus shut up shop weeks ago. Now he spends the whole day sitting in a tavern playing some kind of role-play game.
I'm gonna get my mage diploma. Just you wait and see.
Oh, yeah, right.
Oh man, there's no way I can do a full course of mage training just to get into the Archmage's tower. Maybe the mage teacher will lend me a diploma, and once I've given up the ring, well, maybe I could really take a stab at it. A basket. It belongs to Mr. Shieldhand. It contains the rest of his giant sandwich. The Seastone City coat of arms. I recognize it from the map. It looks a little worse for wear, like everything else here.
Halt! Access only for authorized persons. Or has Mr. Gnome become a mage in the meantime?
Not yet. What kind of name is that? You hear a lot of bad things about rundown taverns. On the other hand, they're often the starting point of many a fantastic adventure, and to be perfectly honest, I haven't had enough of those yet.
Have you got Form 12B for me?
Ooh, the blue one.
No, it's just a green one. Hurry up. The post office is about to close for lunch.
You're going to the post office? Oh, I'll come with you. I need a delivery note, and I want to send off a registered letter.
What are you doing?
What do you think?
You can see what we're doing.
We're playing.
Oh, damn, I've forgotten my ID card.
You can have a copy of your passport certified by a solicitor. Hang on, I'll mark the solicitor for you on the map.
What are you playing?
The only true kind of game. A role-playing game.
And what is this role-playing game all about?
It's set in a fantasy world.
Totally without dragons, orcs, and magic.
But instead... Oh! Here, come over here. I found the tax inspector.
Wait for me, I'll be there in a sec.
Once I've got this stamp, I can finally conclude the fiscal year.
You know what that means?
Tax office!
And you really enjoy playing the game?
Of course!
Certainly. You could escape the tedium of reality with all its magic and monsters. And you meet new people. It's not only us who play this game.
It's played all over the world.
There are 6 people currently online. Well, 4 if you don't include us.
But one's just gone off to the toilet.
And when is the game over? When have you won?
Won. There is no winner. Just like in real life.
The game has no end. You just keep on playing and... Oh! A traffic warden's wanting to write me a ticket.
Leave her. That's a hard quest series. You can try to lodge a written appeal and then you have to...
So the game never ends? Great. Might I ask you who you both are?
Of course. I'm Jack Smith, level 42 consultant at a medium-sized cooperative bank. But I want to retrain as a tax consultant with specialization in tax-effective investments. They have really fabulous skill trees.
And I'm Mary Ellen Skittles, level 40, local government officer. My bicycle's got a 3-speed gear.
I've not the slightest idea what those two are talking about. Maybe it's a role-player thing. I meant, who are you two in real life?
Oh, right. I used to be a successful merchant. I had a shop here in town and lots of market stalls. Now all I own is that knackered old stall outside the door there. No customers, no business.
And maybe I could buy something from you.
Yeah, great. Why, whatever.
And who are you?
I'm Master Marcus, the local mage teacher.
You're the mage teacher. Could you maybe...
Shh, the game's started.
Master Marcus, I need,
Shh, I'm playing.
Yes, but I urgently need,
Later!
But without a mage diploma, I can't...
Listen, I really haven't got time right now. My character's tax return is due. I've been playing towards it for days.
Not a prayer. I'm not going to get a blessed thing from Master Marcus as long as that game is running. A door bearing a sign that says server's room, no entry. Mum bottles apple sauce in jars like that back home. Ours are smaller though. Splendid two-pointer. The shelves are full of dusty bottles and tankards. Some are still half full. Perhaps the owners had to leave town in a hurry. A wooden box full of tools, including, amongst other things, a saw. Of course, the saw doesn't meet the gnome tool safety regulations and it's a tad rusty. Still, I think it's usable. These two use the same machine to play their strange role-playing game. My family would just love this. No choice. What the? A hairy demon. He's operating a machine. The demon seems to be busy. He probably has to toil day and night just to keep the game going. That service chair is a pretty rickety piece of woodwork. The chair looks just like the chair the demon is sitting on. I guess it's a replacement chair. A small black container. It could be an inkwell. The demon might notice if I were to take his inkwell and exact a terrible revenge. For save games. Sorry, couldn't resist. The waste bin is right under the slot in the machine. Strange. There are a lot of index cards in the filing cabinet. Each card bears a small table and a picture. The cards are sorted alphabetically. Let's see. Rare watering can, volume 5 litres. Used for geraniums, increases potted plant lifespan by 2. Epic folder, offers room for up to 16 forms. Slip-resistant suspenders, prevents sock slippage. These index cards seem to contain descriptions of all the items in the game. Now, let's see if we can annoy the demon. Oh, that demon's fast. He must have amazing intellectual powers. The server is so busy working that he won't notice a thing. The chair is still standing, but it should tip over pretty easily. It doesn't look like he makes many mistakes. If I want the players to quit the game due to technical problems, I'm going to have to help out a little. Time for another go. That would have hurt at being made of flesh and blood.
Hey, what's going on? Nothing's working. Has the server crashed? And I'm standing in a restricted parking zone right now. I've just about had enough of this. You pay all that money month after month, the developers make huge profits, and still nothing works. Everything they've got is junk. All a whole load of totally outdated technology. I've had enough. I'm writing a complaint. If they don't get their technical problems under control, then I'm out of here. Absolutely. Me too.
Excellent. It looks like all I have to do is ensure a second technical problem, and the two will finally stop playing. The first complaint from the players landed right in the waste bin. Excuse me. And playing pleasure still unimpaired?
To be honest, these constant technical problems irritate me.
Robbing so-and-sos. They screw us for 1 gold piece a week. And that's with 6 players worldwide. Think about it. That's 6 gold pieces a week. You think with that kind of dosh they could buy some better technology?
Precisely, but it's still fun, nevertheless.
Yes. Just.
Then best of luck in wherever.
Thanks for nothing.
You know, that's about the silliest game I've ever heard of. Why would anyone flee from their own world into a fantasy world in order to complete meaningless tasks? Hey, what did you just hide there?
Nothing.
I saw you eating something, and then you hid it when you saw me. What was it?
You what? I wasn't eating anything.
Oh, yes, you were. It was a long, yellow thing.
And if I was? And that's a whole crateful that's been delivered. And I'm taking the rest of the monkey just as soon as I have my next break period.
That's food for the hairy demon in the tavern.
What do you mean, a demon? That's a monkey.
A what?
A monkey. Monkeys love bananas. And me too.
Isn't it dangerous for humans to eat demon food?
What? Bananas are delicious. The monkey goes crazy for them.
Where did you get the demon food?
The roleplay company sends a crate every week by air freight. I receive them and take them to the tavern.
And it doesn't bother anyone that you take a couple of those things from every delivery?
Well, perhaps it's not officially.
And if I were to tell the Archmage, wouldn't he punish you?
Perhaps. But how are you going to meet the Archmage? You got a mage diploma?
Those two players get really upset about technical difficulties in their role-playing game.
Yes. And?
Could the difficulties be related to the fact that someone is depriving the hairy demon of his food?
Well, no. I can't imagine that.
What if we ask the merchant and the mage teacher what they think about it? After all, they pay a lot of money to ensure that the game works.
Well,
And if it really is due to the lack of fruit, maybe they would like their money back.
All right. Here's a banana. You have to peel the skin off it before you can eat it. Now, get out of here.
Oh, thanks ever so much. Maybe I can distract him with this. Hey, demon, look what I have here.
What's going on now? Can you do anything?
No, everything's locked up.
I've got lag.
Lad.
That's it. I can't be bothered anymore. I'm checking this in. They'll suffer the consequences for what they're doing. Right. Well, I'll give them one more chance. But just one. It's not like we couldn't stop if we wanted to. We could, but we don't want to. Too right. Except if they don't get to grips with their problems. Then it's over. Write that to them.
No way! What will it take to finally get those two to stop playing? Excuse me. Why are you still playing in the face of all these technical problems?
Quite honestly, I'm fed up with it.
You just want to play in peace, and time and again the technology screws it up for you.
I really can't be bothered with it anymore. If there's just one more disaster, that'll be it as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, come on. Let's go and see if anything's happening at the driving license issuing office.
If we have to.
Wouldn't you rather just quit playing?
Maybe you're right, but I've just got to fill out this form. And then I must get a new cleaning cloth for my glasses.
And we need to go and pick up the rent subsidy certificate down at the Citizens Residential Registration Office.
Oh, right. But then we can extend the loan period at the library while we're at it. Maybe one of the books is even overdue.
I fear I have to ensure there's a third technical problem. Well then, see you.
Thanks for nothing.
This must be the last market stall the merchant mentioned. Nothing more is going to be sold here as long as the merchant is still playing that strange game. Those bugs are sure to be still there. Yep, there they are. Okay then, I'll collect some of those bugs in the jar. Done. It says The Meadows. No idea what that... Let's see. Ah!
Oh, what's going on now?
The server's gone crazy.
Completely buggy.
I'm not going to get upset about it. Why should I get upset about it?
What?
I started playing this game because it was fun. It isn't anymore. And if it isn't fun, then you should just stop playing it.
Devil!
Bill, are you all right? Bill, you've got to breathe. Come on, let's get some fresh air. We'll pick up where we left off in a few days, okay?
I did it! At last they stopped playing. I'll be able to have a halfway normal conversation with them now. The mage teacher simply must lend me a diploma. How else can I get into the tower? The machine is dead. It seems nothing works when the server is out. The merchant doesn't look particularly happy. I hope he helps me just the same.